Hello, friends. Steve here, and still, still here, still, still in the same chair. You've never seen the chair though; you just see the talking head. You know the old saying: "There'll be a cold day in hell before it's a warm day in Washington." And my wife says, "Well, at least it's in the 60s." Unfortunately, I never grew up in Southern California, where it was 60s was the winter. And in the month of January, it might rain once or twice. I mean, that's in the whole year. It might rain once or twice in January. So I remember, I'm pretty sure that I was in third grade. I'm most certain I was in third grade because in the building, there was this building, and it was first, second, third, and fourth. So the older kids, the third or fourth graders, which made them 8 and 9, they could go upstairs, up steps. And we had to be very careful in third grade on one day in the winter where it snowed in Southern California. And I mean, it snowed in Southern California, but in the mountains, at the top of the mountain, but not in the lowlands. And yeah, it snowed at Lake Tahoe and it snowed in Mammoth Mountain. But Southern California, like, not so much. Not in the lowlands. It was a thrilling thing. And of course, it was a parochial school, which means it was Catholic boys and girls school. They let the boys and girls be together up until 8th grade. And then 8th grade, they could oftentimes be caught making out. And so once they got kind of kicked out of 8th grade and they went to high school, they went to a boys' high school and a girls' high school. And they're only allowed to get together on the Friday evening dances that were supervised by nuns and priests. Yeah, it'll make you just a kind of a naturally occurring human being, is just to be watched over really carefully, like is beginning to happen throughout every major country in the world. They're keeping their eyes on us, like right now, probably on our computer. Like, I'm recording a video and they're recording a video of my recording a video. And I had a conversation with my daughter this morning about religion and spirituality during a healing session that I was doing with her. And following this conversation, because we went in some depths and we had very similar perceptions of reality, and just there's a lot of really good stuff. I'd go talk about it, but it'd make this video last forever. But when I got done later on, I went and watched myself in a YouTube video because I hadn't gotten to watch that one. And on the side, there's a sidebar that was talking about the Cathars, which I've done a bit of study of how, I think it was in the 1206 or something like that, the Catholic Church basically wiped out 20,000 Cathars in one town in France where they had congregated because they were teaching heresy. They were saying that you could connect to the realm of spirit on your own without going through the priesthood. And that was bad for business. So they had to just take those people out. So I watched this video, but it was kind of about the patterns of control on the planet, which may explain, it does to me, it may explain to you, if I can explain it well to you, it might explain to you why the entire universe, now I've not been there and I'm not a scientist and I've not done the research, but if you search the word plasma, it will tell you that the entire universe, the substance of the entire universe is plasma. Now, you could have told me it was Play-Doh, and it would have meant as much to me when I read it. But I did read about plasma, and that 99.9% of the universe is plasma. But it's not found on Earth. Now, what does that make you think? 99.9% of the universal substance is plasma, and yet on this planet, there isn't any. Now, to me, having a conspiratorial mind, I would say somebody is messing with the plasma. Somebody has found a way to keep the plasma, because the plasma is the life force and the plasma is consciousness. The plasma is the energy that connects us to other realms. And who would want us not to be connecting to higher realms of consciousness? Who makes money on having there to be intermediaries between us and a higher realm? I'd guess churches. They're making bank, but I don't know that they're the ones that can limit the plasma. But there is some way to limit plasma. It might be chemtrails. I don't know, or it may just be an energetic thing that can just, because actually our Earth, from what I understand, not a rocket scientist, I'm not a geophysicist, but my understanding from those who seem to know and at least talk about it, that the center of our Earth is like a star. It's just magma. It's just hot star material that is continually producing plasma. So how come the plasma of the center of the Earth cannot make it into the field around the Earth? These are questions we all want to know. And I'm going to just quickly look and see 8 minutes. I'm slightly disappointed with myself for taking that much of an introduction, but I'm going to read some words to you that you might find interesting. And I'm a little, I don't know, high vibe. Maybe not high vibe, maybe high energy, maybe high octane, maybe mildly caffeinated. Okay, so here we go. So here's what I wrote just a matter of minutes ago. And I say, hello, friends. I want to talk about a number of things today. Religion and spirituality and plasma. And I have questions like, why is plasma 99.9% of all universal substance, yet is not found in any quantity surrounding the Earth? Is there technology that destroys or limits plasma? And what value is there in limiting what is 99% of the universal substance? And what is the rush to create AI centers? And is there a relationship to keeping plasma levels low, keeping plasma levels down? And does that keep consciousness levels low? And does that make humans more like herd animals and keep them from having spiritual experiences. And this all sounds like Jesse Wells lyrics. Okay, that's a good start. Next, I would like to talk about the Mayan calendar. The opening of the crown chakra, some new beings I'm working with, the opening of the Kundalini through the release of contraction in the sacrum, the root chakra, the coccyx, and the fifth lumbar in the lower back, which are all like governors, keeping our earthly power low, keeping it damped down. So it is my experience that we are trained to suppress power through the fear of being abused or the experience of abuse. All of this tends to cause us to contract and be more trainable. Kind of like AI centers. Bah, you say? What? Exactly. We can only learn through confusion. In the energy opening healing sessions I do over the phone, as I said, there are new beings instructing me now. And in the most recent sessions, all have involved these beings using my hands and arms to run light energy plasma. I know I said that is not surrounding the Earth atmosphere, but it is now. So the sun is just blowing up the Earth with plasma. Must be time. Anyway, my hands and arms to run light energy / plasma up and down the spine. It usually begins at the top of the head and runs down to the sacrum. Eventually it runs through the crown and through the sacrum into the feet and through the feet into the healing center of the earth. At a certain point, the sacrum begins to tingle and then vibrate with a bit more force and then feel as if it is melting. Once this happens, typically the client feels energy awakening in the upper legs, then lower legs, ankles, then feet. The bottoms of the feet begin to vibrate, and there's a feeling of expansion, and more energy begins running back and forth between the feet and the energy center of the earth. And I didn't write it in here, but I want to mention that we also, the sacrum is called our root chakra, and there actually is something that you could imagine as a tail coming out of the back of the pelvis and going down and entering the earth and going all the way to the healing center of the earth. And that forms this triangle. And it's this triangle that'll help us to feel more stable. So if we're just grounding through our feet, then that's not as stable. When we're grounding through our feet and tailbone, that tail going into the earth, it'll give us much more stability. So that's a part I didn't write, but I wanted to. Okay. Now, as I'm beginning to understand certain things, the center of the earth has the composition of a star and creates plasma. So when we connect to the healing center of the earth, we are connecting to plasma, which is probably also known as the life force. As we open our third eye, I'm jumping around, but as we open our third eye, located approximately in the center of our forehead, we will begin to see, typically, at first, two streams of light. Through the crown chakra at the top of the head, you may experience a golden light, a white light, or both. I've only seen the golden light come through the crown. The white light tends to come through the forehead, third eye. And there is a saying, when the eye is single, the body will be filled with light. Now you understand that saying, and you may have understood it before. The light from the third eye seems to travel from there to the heart. And as the heart relaxes in the light, the blood cells begin to gather in the light and transport it everywhere in the body. And you may have heard the term that we're a light body. Our body is capable of emitting light once it's stored. I'm quite certain this level of awareness that I'm speaking about was not available to me at this level before this onslaught of plasma from the sun began entering the field of energy around our planet within the last couple weeks. I'm beginning to understand how these cosmic shifts began to take place. Not to make a joke, but it's all done with energy. To help you understand the simplicity and complexity a bit better, I've studied energy work for the past 56 years. I see energy, I see, feel, and am aware of when energy is stuck and when energy begins to move. In 56 years, I've never experienced anything like what is happening right now, today, all day, and has been happening for 6 weeks now. It is exhausting, even for a light energy worker. Maybe even more so for us, as we tend to shout, "Bring it! I'm ready for it!" And then it kicks our little butts, and we go, "Wah, wah, wah. That was too much. I should have been warned." Consider this your warning. I'm certain that is going to be like, I think I should have put this, for the next 5 weeks, which are also the last 5 weeks of the Mayan calendar year. Shu is right. While working with this new group of beings, I was asked, can you curb your enthusiasm? And I did. And they asked me again. I did it again. Then 3 more times, and by then I understood that my excitement was disrupting the energy flow going on in the client. So I got it. Sometimes high vibe or excited vibe is disruptive. There is a right energy in each moment. Sometimes we turn the volume up. Sometimes we turn the volume down. And lastly, and just go easy with this. Lastly, there is a lot of dark energy releasing in all these sessions from various places throughout the body. A lot of it around the head and the pelvis. Think of it as sludge detoxing. Sometimes it comes off in chunks around the head. Yes, around the entire head. And then more light comes through. And sometimes the chunks come off as more light is getting through. Do not attempt to force these energies to move, as it's only useful when they begin to move in a natural way, as you are able to integrate what arises. you need not be overly cautious, yet it's a good idea to really open up more to your gut sensing, which might let you know, oh, too much, or I feel that is enough for now. So I'll keep some updates on as the Mayan year, end of the year progresses. And people seem to be scheduling appointments on days of galactic activation portals, seemingly unknowingly. But they just know on some level to schedule these appointments on days when the portals are open. Go figure, fasten your seatbelt. We are on a ride. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I certainly enjoyed making it. And my energy is a bit up right now, and I'm not in a state like, oh, it's good because my energy's up, or oh, it's bad when my energy's down. But it's just good to recognize, oh, at this moment, there's a lot of energy moving. At this moment, not so much energy moving. And just don't judge. All right, that's all. Be well. May this serve you right and serve you well. And namaste and namaskar.